Just how explosive the fastball was, the two-seamer, just watching the reaction of their hitters and Bobby Wilson, just the movement, the two-seamer, the just boring life, sinking life, down angle, but and how he uses secondary stuff. I mean, really, it just I think the fastball played up tonight. Allowed the secondary stuff to play up as well. So yeah, very impressive competitive night for Yu Darvish.
What else, John?
And why did you decide to take him out when you did?
81 pitches. We had a pitch count on him. Talked about it. 85 to 90. Felt like just the night where he was, how he felt. Didn't want to push the last inning. Talked to him, where he felt, where his body was. Warm, human night. Used a lot of energy. There was a lot of excitement for him. Just felt like that it was. We were at the point that if he had a bank of 12. 15 pitches left, we'd run him back out there, but just felt like that it wasn't worth the risk.
Other questions?
In the first inning, the stadium radar gun had him 96, 98, and all that. Did you think that's really what it was, and did you have to talk to him to tell him to pace himself a little better?
No, look, this guy's pitched quite a bit, Gil. He's going to allow his emotions and the intensity play. I don't think it's necessary for a competitor like him that he knows himself as good as anybody to tell him to dial it back. That'd be the last thing I would ask of him.
What else? Questions?
How much did it help? Do you think it helped that he was able to get a lead after the first inning with Beltre's homer and whatnot?
Yeah, any time that you can give your starting pitcher, any pitcher for that matter, some runs on the board, give him a lead, allow him to pitch from in front. He knows that a hit here and there is not going to, the damage is not going to be as severe, not as stressful. I think he's just like any other pitcher. He likes to pitch from in front.
What else, Sam?
Jeff, you've seen him across the field, in 2013. Obviously, it's been a couple of years from then. He went for rehab. Did you notice or any difference in his stuff-wise from back then? I know it's hard to compare, but...
No, it's still as electric, explosive as I remember it. Back then, I know we were only able to score one run off of him is off a broken bat hit. So, look, the stuff, when you look at the hitters and you watch the swings, you watch their expression, their reaction, and then the reaction of our catcher, you could tell that the stuff was electric. When he had the down angle going with the fastball, the life, he threw 198 with the down angle at the knees early on. He knew that it was coming out clean and hot. So just as impressive tonight as it was back then.
Other questions? Good?
No, we're good.
So Beltre's home run, though, gave him a fairly significant milestone with the 1,500 RBIs. I know we keep talking about how good he is, his resume, but that's a giant accomplishment.
Giant accomplishment. Look, I sit and have one of the best seats in the house of watching, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer do things, and he just keeps hitting milestones and knocking them down. And you see the names on the board when they put them up there. Some of the names that he's moving by tying and moving on by, knowing that he's going to continue to play. It's, I mean, look, he's a great player and has been a great player for a long time, and continues to play at such a high level. That, look, on defense as well, the dive and stop, and just how effortless he makes it look. It's incredible to think where he is in the stage of his career and how he plays, and just really the emotions that he doesn't exhibit when he hits those milestones and see him on the board. Our guys get more excited than he does. He's a true professional in every sense of the word. He continues just to show up and play. I think his greatest accomplishment at the end of the night is what he feels is in the W for our ball club, and what he can do to help our ball club win.
One more, you's ready, Sam.
Jeff, obviously Darvish came back from rehab. It was the first start. Was this something that you envisioned, or was over expectations that you were thinking about?
That's look. I don't know if it's over the expectations. Look, we expect all the things that we had heard, we'd seen, and all the batting practices that he had thrown, and the evaluations that we'd gotten from our scouts really showed up tonight. Exactly what they had talked about. So I don't think he exceeded expectations. Look, this is a guy that is a high strikeout pitcher. Only 2 fly ball outs, I think. Everything else on the ground, and just I think the impressive part of it is just he seemed to be in control of himself, in control of the situation, very ultra aware, even with the base runners, trying to control the running game, and also the PFP. He covered first base well, got over well, the body moved around well. So he's the name. He showed up Yu Darvish tonight.